Welcome to our updated Volunteer Corner. Let me show you where everything is and how to get started. If you visit our website, vitalatino.org and click on Volunteer, you're going to find this page. If you prefer English, click on English. In our volunteer page, you can find the available volunteer roles. Three of them, Greeter, Tax Preparer Basic, and Tax Preparer Advanced, require IRS certifications. Keep scrolling down and you're going to find the Volunteer Corner. And here's our Volunteer Corner. If the website is in Spanish, you can click here to change it, to switch it to English. In the Volunteer Corner, you will find all the resources you need to complete your IRS certifications, from study materials to test websites and useful practice resources. To begin your certification, review the test instructions in publication 6744. If you don't pass on the first try, you can study the material and take the exam again. We're going to focus on the advanced certification. So now let's open publication 6744. Make sure that you are looking at the form that is for the latest year, in this case 2025. In this form, you're going to find all the exam questions: volunteer centers of conduct, the retest question, intake interview, basic scenario if you decide to take the basic certification, and advanced scenarios if you prefer the advanced certification. Make sure that you read the test instructions. There's some very important information here. Here's another good suggestion: the test scenarios in Link and Learn Taxes, or in this case, Link and Certificated, the website where we take the certification exams. All those questions are the same as the ones in this booklet. So read each question carefully before entering your answers online. Let's go back to our volunteer corner, and here you can find the checklist. As I mentioned before, we're going to focus in the advanced tax preparation. For this one, we do require IRS certifications. You also need, for all of the roles, you're going to need a complete BFC background check. That one is valid for 2 years. If yours it's not valid, or if you haven't completed yet, contact your BFC team. If you're wondering about the time commitment for these certifications, you can find it here. Some take about an hour, some take about 20 minutes, and some may take up to 4 hours. All of the items in the checklist, you're going to find them in order in this website. VITA Latino orientation, it's upcoming. It's scheduled for December 15. Here's the presentation. We recorded and published it and update here. And here you can find the actual presentation. Then we have 3 more sessions scheduled for January 2026. Here are the topics, and we're calling them VITA Latino Volunteer Preparations. Now let's head to the certifications. In each one of the certifications, you're going to find the name, you're going to find the items you need to study, and you're going to find the place where you can find the exam. In the case of Volunteer Centers of Conduct, you're going to use Form 4961. You can download it here, or you can just Google the name of the form and just, again, make sure that you're using the correct tax year. Intake interview, same, the publication 5101 and the exam, both of them, you take them in Link and Certificate. And the third certification, the most important one, it's law certification. For this one, you have 2 options that you choose to study. You can use Form 4491, or you can use Link and Learn Taxes. If you decide to use Link and Learn Taxes, you're going to find yourself in this website, find certification paths, and in this case, we want to take advanced, and you're going to be a student. So start advanced course. If you're a returning volunteer, you may want to go here, important changes this year. This gets updated every year in every season and gives you changes. And that way you don't have to go through everything again if you don't need to. All of the items have good explanations, good practice exercises, and it's a very good way of preparing for the certification. You're gonna notice also in Form 6744 that the questions for for the tax law certification require that you do some practice scenarios. Those practice scenarios are done in Practice Lab. The Practice Lab is the training environment of TaxLayer. TaxLayer is the software, or in this case, the website, where we do all our tax preparations. Everything that you do in Practice Lab, it's not connected to the IRS, so you are not submitting actual taxes. How to take to get to Practice Lab? You click here, and it's going to take you to a website where you're asked for a password. Use train prog web as your password. After that, you have to create an account for training purposes. You are going to be asked for the site ID. You can leave that blank, and you may need to turn off pop-up blockers to view this training. Here's where you need to enter the universal password. You click on login, and then you create your account. This is a particular account for Practice Lab. This is not going to be the password that you're going to be using for tax preparation. And the site identification number, you can leave it blank. Once you log into Practice Lab, you're welcome to watch some of these videos, like preparing a return or electronic filing, if you want to learn more, or you can go directly to the practice area. And this is the environment that you're going to be using to prepare taxes. You can see the tax year here. And to start a new tax return, you're going to click here and use social security numbers. You're going to practice this for the certification. We have a couple of suggestions on how you can approach the certification process. As we mentioned before, the first thing we suggest is download form 6744. That way you can have the actual questions for the certifications, and you can use them to guide your study. Now, very important, sometimes there are for this year, there were a couple of updates for Form 6744. If you click here, you can see the tax quality alerts, and here there are some changes in that form. Make sure to read them before you take the exam. Once you get the exam questions in publication 6744, you can download the reference material. Again, you can find them here. For example, for volunteer standards of conducts, it's for 961. And if we open this one, you can find all the information you need. You, take the exam questions and press Control F or find and type some keyword, for example, refuse, and it's going to take you to specific places where you can find that word, and maybe your answer is right there. Do that to make sure that your answers are correct. A very important tip, it's before you take the exams, verify your answers and don't present the exams until you are satisfied with your answers. For the tax law exam, you can use vitaresources.net. Here in other resources, you can find vitaresources.net. They have practice exams specifically for basic and advanced. Let's see, for example, the advanced check and learn. This is a Google form that it's not connected to the IRS. So you can answer once you have the answers that you feel comfortable with, you can come here and just select a couple of the select your answers. And when you click submit, you can get your actual score. In this case, I got 2 out of 35. If your answer is correct, it's going to be highlighted green. If your answer is wrong, it's going to be highlighted in red. But you're also going to get feedback. And this is very important because it's going to tell you where you can find information related to that answer and how to correct it. Once you're comfortable with all of your answers, you can proceed to link and certificate. If you need assistance starting with link and certificate, you can use this link, find the exam questions. Sorry, to get started with link and certificate, you can use this reference guide. If you click here, log into your link and certificate account, this is where it takes you. And this is the same getting started guide that I showed you before. Here's information on how to set up your account. useful links and information about your account and how Lincoln certificate works. But more important, if you're planning to request continuous education credits, here's what it shows. Make sure that you complete the information in continuing education. It's going to ask you for your name, last name, and your PTIN account. Make sure to please complete this. You may not receive the continuing education credits if you need them. Once you log in into Lincoln Certificate, you're going to see something similar to this. Uh, Currently, all the tests are offline, so I cannot show you more of that. But you're going to go where it says certifications, and here's where you can find basic and advanced certifications. Pick the one that you select, and it's going to automatically show you where you can take the exams. Once you have passed all the exams, you need to generate the volunteer agreement, and you do that here in our homepage. You click on sign form 13615. You're going to complete some information about it and make sure that if you request the CE credits, that option is highlighted or marked. At the end, you're going to generate a PDF file. Make sure that you share that with your Buenas Finanzas Carolinas team. The last thing that is worth noticing here at the bottom of the page, you'll also find a section that highlights all the additional benefits of volunteering with our program. You will find how we celebrate your work and contributions, information about education, continuing education credits, and ideas that you can include in your resume. That's a quick overview of our volunteer corner. Take your time exploring and reach out if you need help with anything as you start your certification journey. Hasta luego.